Okay, we've done basically our frequency separation, our dodge and burn. We've created a stamp visible layer which contains all actions that have been carried out on this picture. And the next step is to do our color grading. And in order for us to achieve that, I'm going to show us a little technique I use. And I'm going to sample a color from our skin that we're going to use uh, to blend her skin, to give her a skin tone. So you can see we have some very dark shades of color around her head, this part, this region right here. We have some very exposed area. We have mid-tones, shadows in her skin. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for a mid-tone, a kind of picture that is, standing out. A mid-tone that covers most surface area of our skin. We're going to sample there. And I think if we look if you look at this region, it's a little bit too saturated, and if you look at this region, it's a little bit too blown out. And so I would say right about here should be good. So what we're going to do is hold down using our brush, hold down Alt, so we activate the color picker tool, select this region, and you see from our color indicator here, it has given us um, has set the foreground color for us. So the next thing is with this color that we've selected at foreground, we will create a solid layer with it. So we just go here, click on solid color, and okay. Now the next thing is to change the blend mode of our solid color to color, and you reduce, zoom out till I see the overall look, how it looks. It's looking too much, so you reduce opacity until you think is fine. I think around here should be okay. This is before and after, before and after. Let me show you a little trick I like doing. Now, as this color is at this uh, opacity of 100, you see it is affecting almost everything. Now, what I like doing is um, I like taking my colors away from very dark areas of the picture, because what happens is when you tend to paint a solid color on very dark areas of your picture, it makes it very easy. For example, this region right here, you see how contrasty it has become because it is very, very dark. And you can see it is affecting this hair scarf. So what I do is to take that away from those very dark areas, you open your blend diff option, and that happens by double clicking on this layer, just by the side of this layer, not here, not here, just by the side, this empty space here. You double click to open the blend diff option, and what you do is you go to the underline layer slider, hold Alt and break the slider, take it slightly towards the right, and as you can see, it is taking the color away from the very dark areas. I can just click and drag a little bit, and you see it's just mostly the areas of our skin that are colored. So this is the before and after. Watch this area, look at our scarf. It is the before and after. Before, after, down, before, after. See how contrasty this region was before and after, before, after, before, after. All right, so with that being said, you just have to click OK, and now we can now reduce the opacity to a more reasonable value. And I think around 30 looks just fine. Let's see before, after. You see it is mostly affecting her skin and not the very dark areas of the picture. So before, after. Now you can go ahead and paint with this, but I like adding a little extra touch by duplicating this layer and changing the blend mode of this to soft light. You see, just doing that alone, you see how it has made our colors to pop. So soft light at 30, let's tone it down a bit. Let's take it to 25, and let's tone our colors to 20 since we're having a double layer. Now you can just click here and type in the figure 20. Now the next step is to put these two colors in a group. So while this is activated, hold down Control or Command and click the second layer and press Control G to group. Down Control G to group, and you can now name this skin tone. Okay. Now you will see your before and after. The colors are everywhere, and that is not what we want to do. We just want the colors to be on her skin alone. So we are going to mask it. We are going to add a layer mask to it and paint it only on her skin. And to do that, you just come to this layer mask here. With this group activated, you click on the layer mask and you invert the layer mask by pressing Ctrl I. Another way to do it is before you click on this layer mask, hold down alternate and press and click on the layer mask, and it's going to come as an inverted layer mask. Alright, so the next thing is we're going to just use a soft brush, opacity 100, flow at 100. We're going to paint only on the skin. Now you can zoom in and just with your brush foreground color set at white and your layer mask inverted, you paint. Remember, white reveals and black conceals. Alright, carefully. Make sure not to get the colors on anywhere apart from her skin. So it just looks like we're trying to tan her skin. Giving her that, cocoa brown skin. This color grading method works for any type of skin color as long as the right colors are sampled and these following steps are done and followed accordingly. And remember, like I like saying, avoid doing too much. Alright, nice and gentle. See, even if we use this to paint over the black, it is not revealing because we've taken it away from those very dark areas. It just makes life simple generally. Alright. Just try to get all this done. You can alternate and click on this marks to reveal where you've painted. You can see we missed some parts here, so you can just add them to the selection. Alternate and click on the marks again to reveal, and it looks good. It's looking a bit too much, and you can always reduce opacity. So right about there, before, after. Say before, after. Just gives that rich skin color, making the whole picture pop. Alright, the next you want to do is to mask it away from her lips and her eyebrows and lashes. You just flip your brush from white to black by pressing X or click on this toggle button right here. With a black brush, you paint around these areas to remove the skin tone from them. All right. So these are before and after. So before, after. Looks good already to me. All right. So the next step we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a very nice backdrop for this beautiful picture. So remember, we all started from our background, and this is how our original picture was looking after camera raw. We did our frequency separation, which we took out our blemishes and smoothen out our pictures, making it look seamless. And from there, we did dodge and burn, gave dimension to our picture, and from dodge and burn, we created a stand visible layer, which basically contains our frequency separation and our dodge and burn. And now we've made our skin tone group, we've added it to our picture, and it's giving us that very rich skin tone. So the next step we're going to do is to um, make our background editing. And I'll show us a simple and effective way to do this.